Buenos días, bienvenidos. Vamos a comenzar la rueda de prensa. Por favor, recuerden, una pregunta por intervención y antes de identificarse con su nombre y el medio. We're going to begin now the press conference. Please remember that we do one question per intervention and that you have to identify yourself with the name and the company that you represent, and we have translation in English and in Spanish.
Hola, Fede. Victorio Calero aquí al final.
Ay, hola.
Cambiamos el micro. Decía Fede, Victorio Calero para Real Madrid Televisión. Por tu experiencia, has ganado 2 veces este título, estás a 2 de los 300 con el Real Madrid. Por toda esa experiencia que acumulas ya, ¿qué dirías que es lo más importante a nivel individual para ti y a nivel colectivo del equipo del Real Madrid?
And for Real Madrid tomorrow.
Bueno, un partido.
So, it's a game that defines the playoff. We know how important it is to win tomorrow, to stay focused, to work hard. It's a great pleasure to be part of this team, to keep on playing games, to keep on fulfilling goals at both group and individual level. But you always try to give your best at individual level. But the most important thing is the group. We have to be good. We have to be strong. We have to work both in defense and in the attack line so that it's a beautiful night and we can qualify. Here, Fede, here at the end, Abraham Romero for El Mundo, to ask you about your new position. You've played at almost every position. I think that you are missing central defender, goalkeeper and striker. So how do you see yourself? And do you think that you have a future in that position? Well, for now, I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm doing things well in that position. Of course, we know that I'm playing because other colleagues, other teammates like Carvajal are injured, and Lucas has been injured too. And there are some players missing, and I had to respond. I had to play in that position. I think that I've done quite a good job up to now. And of course, I was trying to contribute my best to work. I tried to get to the attack line. I tried to defend. And in the end, well, I'm available for the team, for the coach, whatever they could need. In the future, I don't have great chances to play in the middle. I will play as a fullback. No worries about it. I'm enjoying it. As I'm saying, everything is new, and I'm happy. I'm learning. And I keep playing, and I'm playing in the lineup, and that's important for me. Yeah, Jose Aguado from La Razón. I'd like to ask you about that. How do you learn the tricks of that position? Are you asking the defenders? How do you do that? Well, in the end, I have players that playing with me that are a great role model. And these players are Danny and Lucas that are role models for this club. They're players that have won everything here. They've made history. They've left their footprint here. And I think that, of course, I admire them and try to learn out of them, not as a player, but also as role models. And, as the role models that they are, as captains, I'll try to do my best while they stay here with me. And I try to do my best at any position. And I think that that's very helpful to learn and to open our mind, to open our ideas, and to keep on learning out of new things. Hello, Federico Martin from OK Diario. There's a little bit of controversy with the referees. As one of the protagonists in that changing room, I'd like to ask you, do you live a Champions League differently to a league game because of the referee? Well, I've always said that I'm no one to judge a referee or someone else that is doing his job. We're all humans. We can make mistakes. We can do things well. In the end, referees are very much criticized, and when they do things well, we never flatter them. We never have good words towards them when they do good things and they have good games. The only thing I can do is just to be available for the team, and one of the captains, I have to make the group understand that we still have to think of us. We have to give our best to win for this club. That's the most important thing, and that's the biggest concern, to do our best for this club to win every title at the end of the season. And that's the best thing that we have here, to defend this t-shirt and to give everything on the pitch. Hello, Fede. At the back, Juanma Sanchez, Radio Nacional. This year, you have many yellow cards. Tomorrow, there are 6 players that can't play. They are penalized. So we understand that you're at your top level on the pitch, but we've never seen a referee that, because of a complaint, would change his mind. Have you talked about this with your teammates? Will you try not to protest in order not to jeopardize the team? No, I would never tell a player not to protest or to act in one way or another, because I think that players, we are at 100,000 revolutions. We really have very hot blood in that case, and many different players live games differently. I just want to give my best on the pitch, and as happened with Jude on the previous game, I want him always like that. He has a good nerve. He always wants to fight. Well, and this time he was sent out from the pitch. But anyway, I want them to have this nerve, to give 100%, and of course we'll accompany him, we'll hug him, and this can happen to anybody. So we have to stay as a team. Hello, Tatiani Mantovani, TNT Sports Brazil. Federico Guardiola said that Manchester City that has a percentage of possibilities to move on the playoff. So maybe you would say that Real Madrid has 99%. Well, I'm very happy after the game we did in the first leg. Of course, I have a lot of faith. I'm very much motivated, because in the end I see how the team is working. I see how my teammates are working. I see how they are training during all these days. So this makes us be very much relaxed. We will stay focused. They're all willing to give their best, and defenders are willing to defend, strikers are willing to score goals. So this is what makes me feel relaxed, and I'm I have a lot of trust to pass the playoff. Hello, one question about Arda Guler. I know that you are a good friend of Arda. I would like to know what's his mood like. He hasn't played for quite a while, but how do you see him as your friend? Amazing. He has recently arrived here. He has a great career, has a great future ahead of him in Real Madrid. To us, it's a great pleasure that he's playing with us. He's a member of the team. He has every single skill he needs to be an idol here. And as teammates, the whole team, we have to accompany him, we have to be with him, and eventually, all the young players, or at least when I arrived here, I've gone through the same. Vast majority of young players that have succeeded in Real Madrid have had to be on loan. They've had to wait for many games, and in the end, it's not the best thing for a player. But this is what makes you stronger. This is what makes you mature, and what makes you grow. So that in the end, when you have to face many games for this club with a lot of pressure, they will be ready. He is ready, but I think that everything has a why, and everything plays a role. And I think that Arda is very much prepared to be here. Hello, Fede. Dani Araujo for Caliente TV. In the vast majority of playoffs, you've almost always had the result against you. In this case, you have a favorable result, and we've always talked about magic nights, magical nights here in Bernabeu and coming back. So maybe this playoff is different because you have a result in favor of you. Thank you. Of course, we don't have to come back, at least at this moment. We are a little bit more relaxed in that regarding this situation. But as I've said, we have to stay focused. We have to be strong. We should try to have a beautiful night should try to have a night that is remembered by every Real Madrid supporter. We want to be closer to the most beautiful title that exists. We all want to win it, and we all have to work together. Supporters, team, we all have to go towards the same direction. I hope that it can be a beautiful night. Last two questions. Hi, Fede. Joel Diari from Marca. I don't know if you've talked about this and if you believe that 1% of possibility that Pep gives to his team, but what is more dangerous? The City that seems that has nothing to lose, or the one that came here with the clear things, dominating with the ball to make you tired from a mental point of view? Well, my opinion is that these are different teams. It's true that a few years ago they had more pressure, they had more game control, they attacked better, but we have changed our attitude to Real Madrid has changed the way we play. I think that we played a good game in England. This makes us stay a little bit more relaxed, and I think that speaks a lot about the maturity that we have. I think that we have done a great job, and of course when we are looking to Manchester City, it doesn't matter whether they're good or not. We have to be proud of ourselves. We've improved in many things, in many aspects of the game, both defensive and offensive. So we have to be happy according to what we do. Last question. Hello, Fede, here at the back. Io feel Federico for Mundo Deportes Colombia. According to the injuries that the team has played, you've played at different positions. You've contributed, trust, passes, goals. Maybe being that, maybe that possibility of being able to play at so many positions makes you a very important player in Real Madrid and as a captain. Well, it's amazing to be able to hold that band, the captain band for me. It is a beautiful pressure to be that role model for many people, and especially for the changing room, because in this case there are many players, many stars, and sometimes it's difficult to try to speak to them in some way. So if you're the captain, you have a different image, they look at you differently, and I think that creates a respect towards the team. So it's a great pride. I try to learn from them. I try to the current captains, Danny, Lucas Vasquez, they're the ones that give me a small piece of advice. They always try to help me. They are always available for me so that I can learn and I can have I can cheer my teammates up, and not only as a captain but as person. I want to be a role model of this group. Thank you. See you.